Hi again, everyone, and welcome in to Cincinnati Bengals Talk. I'm James Rapien of allbengals.com, and the Bengals, well, they're back at it. Even though it's Thursday, today is their Wednesday with the Monday Night Football matchup against the Cleveland Browns. And look, this is a big game for the Bengals. It's a big game for the Browns for a few reasons. First, let's naturally start with the Bengals. This is Cincinnati Bengals Talk. The Bengals are 0-2 in the division, and even though they're 4-3 on the season, they obviously are hoping to and planning to handle business in the AFC North and win a second consecutive division title. And the way you do that is by winning division games. And so losing to the Steelers and then losing at Baltimore week one and then a couple weeks back, you have to find a way to fix that. And you fix that by handling business against Cleveland. There's going to be a lot made of Joe Burrow going winless against the Browns. He's 0-3 against Cleveland. The Bengals have lost 4 in a row against Cleveland, even though last year at the end of the year, the Bengals rested Burrow and they rested all of their starters and they easily could have won that game. And then we're not having this conversation. So a lot of it's kind of silly. The Burrow 0-3 against Cleveland, you'll hear that a lot this week. Also silly, and here's why. Burrow was awesome in his first ever primetime game, his second career NFL game at First Energy Stadium. I think he finished 37 of 61 on Thursday Night Football. The Bengals lost, and I'm guessing here just because it's been a little bit. I think it was like 35-30. It was a really close game back and forth. But Cleveland was always in control, and they were able to run the clock out at the end. And so it was Burrow lifting up a bad roster at the time. And later that year, it was right here at Paycor Stadium, Paul Brown Stadium at the time. And guess what? Same thing, except the Bengals had the lead and took the lead multiple times. I remember Burrow hit T. Higgins in the end zone right here behind me, and it looked like the Bengals were going to win the game, and the defense couldn't get a stop. So these are much different circumstances now. Burrow did play bad, as the team did play bad and poorly against the Browns last year before the bye week. So they're going to have to fix that this week by not playing that way. And Burrow mentioned it today, which we posted his entire Thursday press conference. Turnovers of what cost them in that game. And that's something they cannot afford to have on Monday night. And when you're going up against Denzel Ward, he's still in the concussion protocol, we'll see, but let's just assume Denzel Ward, Myles Garrett, Jadeveon Clowney, Grant Delpit, who went to school with Jamar Chase, who went to school and played alongside Joe Burrow as well at LSU. It's tough, right? The defensive numbers are one thing, but they do have guys that can make plays, and it's going to be a crazy environment on the road. The Browns are desperate. They're 2-5. They did not plan on being 2-5. Certainly didn't look like a 2-5 team, but they look up and they've lost 4 straight and they're 2-5. And so can they go over in October and go 0-5 in October? Well, they can if the Bengals hand them their 6th loss of the season. And if you fall to 2-6, you look at the metrics, you're not making the postseason regardless of who's coming back to quarterback later in the year. So this is a desperate Browns team. They're going to be at home. It's going to be a wild environment. And so this is going to be a tough test for your Cincinnati Bengals. One that they certainly feel like they're up to, but certainly a test nonetheless. Looking at this game, injury-wise, Logan Wilson progressing. It looks like he might be getting into practice a little bit. I'm recording this before practice due to scheduling. Jamar Chase is not practicing on Thursday, so we'll see there. And I'll post the entire practice report at allbengals.com. But this Bengals team is certainly a little nicked up in key areas. Jamar Chase dealing with that hip that we saw. Zach Taylor revealed that he was sore, that he's day-to-day. So I think Friday is the big tell. Obviously Saturday for sure, but we've seen it all year. Zach Taylor is willing to sit his stars, sit his guys, and then put them out there on game day. It happened with Jonah Williams. It happened with La'el Collins. It may happen now with Jamar Chase. So we'll continue to monitor him. He was not in the locker room on Thursday. We'll be back Friday, and we can see if he's there. But huge game, no doubt about it. Some Halloween talk as well, and I'm going to mix that in. Joe Burrow says his favorite Halloween candy is Reese's. So there you go. Flip side, Zach Taylor didn't necessarily name a favorite, but he did say that he hates candy corn. So let the debate begin there. And then the third thing, and something that a lot of our loyal listeners probably know if you look at my backdrop in my home office, Joe Burrow, a big Power Rangers fan. Apparently he was the Red Ranger growing up for Halloween, which is awesome. I was a big Green Ranger fan. I still can't find the Green Ranger helmet. I have a blue one, I have a red one. But if you remember my backdrop, I have the Green Ranger. So we went off the beaten path a little bit here on a Thursday, and what really feels like a unique week because of the Monday game. Burrow saying, because I asked about it, because I feel different, because I'm going through my normal Wednesday schedule, but it's Thursday. And he said yesterday they had a walkthrough, and usually that's their heavy install day. They had a walkthrough, and he was home by 1, and he didn't know what to do with himself. So he tried to find something good to watch on TV and was in bed by 8:30, watched some film as well. Just wild, right? It's one of those things where you get out of rhythm a little bit, then you get back in rhythm today. And the Bengals obviously treat Friday like a normal Thursday, Saturday like a normal Friday. They'll leave for Cleveland on Sunday, and boom, it's time for Monday Night Football. We will be covering it every step of the way right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. We are making the trip up I-71 for the game, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. And we did have some technical issues with Bengals on the Brain with Joe Goodberry, so if you missed it, it did not air Tuesday night at 8 o'clock like it normally did. It aired on Wednesday night at 7. So if you missed that, make sure you check it out. Also, the OT with Elise Jesse, it's coming on tonight, Thursday night, 8 o'clock. So ring the bell, hit that subscribe button as we inch closer to 24K. It's almost our Von Bell year, or Kobe Bryant year, or Ken Griffey Jr. year. For Andrew Fox Miller, our channel coordinator, I'm James Rapien, signing off for now right here on CBT, Cincinnati Bengals Talk.